So it's hard to believe that this is a period piece because I don't want to believe that, I was that kid with the headphones and the Walkman. I don't want to believe I'm that old, but I was wondering, with this being a period piece, I mean, obviously the environment, the clothes and everything is almost they're characters in and of themselves. So I was wondering, this being your second role, did that, those elements, those aspects of the film, did that really help you with your character? Can you talk about that?
Super helpful. So like it's just me here talking about this film, but like, if we were to give props to everyone, there'd be like hundreds of people on stage because it is a collaborative effort, a collaborative thing. And so the people that sorted out the costume for it were amazing, and the people that sorted out the sort of set for it were amazing. In that, like, I didn't have to imagine anything around me. Like, I wasn't in a superhero film. You know what I mean? It wasn't like Avengers, where I had to like sit and like imagine this thing happening, where I didn't really know what was happening, and like look at tennis balls and act with tennis balls. Like, I was acting with like all real sort of stuff, and that's props to the people that made that happen.
Yeah, it's really convincing.
Thanks, dude.
Hi. So obviously in the movie, your character goes through this sort of dramatic influence with Bruce Springsteen. And I was just wondering if there was any work or artist in your own life where you felt, maybe not quite so dramatically, but felt as a huge influence.
People keep asking me this, and I'm like, I used to listen to like Usher and Ja Rule and stuff. So I don't know if it's quite the same, like lyrically. Not to offend those guys, they were great. But yeah, it's sort of less so, I guess, with music. But I think music can transport you to different places. And I remember before filming this, I was listening to loads of music that the words weren't at the centre of it. So like EDM-y stuff, and like, I don't know if any of you like Afrobeats. Afrobeats are banging. And yeah, a lot of my childhood was like listening to American music. So now it's really cool that like London music is like popping off now, and UK music is popping off. So I'm listening to lots of that. And what sort of particularly inspires me is sort of, I guess, less so music, but like I was saying, you see someone that looks like a bit like yourself, or that could be a version of yourself on telly. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Hi there. First, I just wanted to say congratulations. I mean, like many I imagine here, I'm a huge Springsteen fan. I've only seen him 50 times, but I'm working my way.
I've seen him zero. It's all right.
Hopefully, I'll catch that one day.
Yeah.
But as they say, the movie meant a lot to me on many levels, and I thank you for the role you played in it.
Thank you.
And so I feel a little sheepish using this format as just a point of clarity, but who better to ask?
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, are you and your dad going to the concert or to college? Because I thought it was college, but that would be in Manchester, and then it seemed you were going to London. So where are you going?
College. Manchester.
So you would be going towards London to get the next?
I cannot point out these. You're throwing me under the bus, man.
Okay. So you're not going to the concert. So you never get tickets to the concert back.
I never thought about that, actually. That is a good point. Yeah. That's depressing, isn't it?
To bring everybody down, so.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Leave them alone.
Hi. I was just wondering if the scenes with your parents are in the movie, they're very intense, and how you prepared for that, or if there was anything that you took from your own life or people that you knew to kind of prepare for culture clash.
So I'm very lucky in that, like, are you Indian, Asian?
Yeah.
What are you? Indian?
South.
Pakistani? What?
South.
Ah, cool. So yeah, it's I'm very lucky in that like my parents are like super supportive and nice, so like couldn't really relate. But not that the parents aren't super supportive and nice. I think there's just I think an important thing to note in the film is that there are really no bad guys. So the father in the film is not this evil villain who is like going to kill his son. Do you know what I mean? It's not quite to that level. It's just a difference of just a sort of cultural difference, and I had to sort of imagine that almost, which is a privileged thing to say. Like I'm doing a very first world job. This is a super first world job. But I'm only here able to do this because of the groundwork and foundations laid for me by generations previous. And so it's important for me, like in a film like this, to point out a few negatives, because that's what makes them human, and then at the end of it, uplift those people and uplift those generations, and eternalize them on screen in a positive manner. And that's what Govinda's character, who plays a dad in the end, he's eternalized on screen in a positive manner.
Thank you.
Thank you.
These are going to be our last two.
I loved the movie, but I have to say there was one part that really made me so depressed, and that was the white supremacist rally, because it made me think of, oh my God, it's like over 30 years later and this is still happening. So I'm curious, we had talked about the name change, and maybe that was done to, distance and be able to give a little bit more room for things that might not have happened. So I'm curious if if is it Brenda, I'm saying that
Yes.
right? If she specifically wanted that scene in there because it did happen to him, or because of what's happening now, and just kind of make a statement about that.
I think you cannot set a film in 1987 in Luton with a working class family who is Asian and not talk about race. Like, it was part of the time period, and it happened. So you see, you see Java getting spat at, right? But stuff that happened was like considerably worse than that. People got beaten up on the streets of London and around the UK just for looking like this, which is a rather sort of sad thing. And I'm here like casually talking about race because I can, and that's because those people didn't get to talk about race because they were getting the shit kicked out of them. And that doesn't happen to me now, and I don't deal with racism on a day-to-day, but I think it's still happening, and it's important to note that just because something doesn't happen to me doesn't mean it's not happening. And there are these feelings that I'm living back home in a sort of less United Kingdom, and you're living here in a slightly less United States, which is sort of sad, and at a time where people seem to be continually trying to create divisions, this is a little bit of unity.
Yeah, and I think movies like this can help. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was just wondering, did you really go to New Jersey and go to Monmouth College and go to Harvard?
I'm going to leave that for the imagination. Have you got another one that you want to ask? I don't want to ruin the illusion. I've ruined it now already, haven't I?
Nice business trip if you could.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can't talk about it. I can't ruin the magic. Thank you, though.
I slipped in here a couple times during the screening, and I heard lots of laughing, a little bit of sniffling, in more than one place.
Everyone's got hay fever.
A lot of, pollen's bad right now, but, and singing, and even a few smatterings of applause after certain scenes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for making this movie, man, seriously. It's amazing. Please give it up for that, seriously, thank you. The movie